Greetings and salutations, one and all. Welcome to the night shift. It's a brand spanking new Healthy Love Night. And welcome you, and you. All those who have it locked on Rotterbox.net and all the Rotterbox affiliates. The Foundation Radio Network across the pond. One Harmony Radio. Top of the morning to you guys over there. Of course, right here in South Florida, PEMG TV, and of course, KevinStew.com. Glad to have each and every one of you. Couldn't do it without you, and guess what? I wouldn't even want to try.
Give me some, give me some, give me some, Marsville.
Kicking it off a little Marsville, featuring Skinny Fabulous. Give it to your remix. Yeah, I want to give it. Are you willing to receive it? Oh gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host for the evening is here. Yeah, there he is. Brethren, good evening to you, sir.
Yo.
Welcome. Brett, how you sound so far? You sound like you're over next week or something.
Over next week?
Yeah, you sound far, Bridget.
How do I sound now?
Ah, there you go. Up close and
you
personal.
can almost see me, right?
Almost.
You know there's a commercial like that for cell phones?
No.
Yeah, it was a Nokia commercial where the guy was like, you know, he had a phone that didn't really work so well, but then he got a quote-unquote real phone.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, you sound so clear, I could almost see you.
Well, yeah, I feel like I could almost see you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only honorary doctor to this show, Sean Garrity. Welcome,
Mm-hmm.
Bridget. No applause for
Yeah.
you.
Uh,
Okay, fine.
I blow my own trumpet. Huh?
I want to say thanks to PEMG, or Pulse E Media Group for sponsoring this segment of the show. And being in a moment is priceless. You want to give them a call, 754-999-6020, and they can make it happen for you, whether it is capturing the moment or broadcasting that moment or providing a moment quite similar to this that you're watching right now on kevinstew.com. Policy Media Group can hook you up. Give them a call. Tell them I sent you. All right. So, Sean,
Yes, sir.
such timing.
What?
And
Timing is good.
yeah, man, timing real good. And it's interesting that tonight we're talking about something relating to that. We're talking about meal timing.
Uh huh.
Now, before we get into the business, the meat of the matter,
Yeah.
you heard about this thing with Vegas on Sunday?
Oh man, look at here, man. Look at here, look at here, look at here.
Uh-huh.
I heard about it. I don't know if they actually drew a gun on him. I don't know, but maybe that's the sensation of it all.
They
But
didn't draw a gun on him.
uh,
There was one of the guys that he said reached for his waist, and there were off-duty police officers that were there, I guess, providing bodyguard services, I guess. I don't know.
uh-huh.
But they didn't I didn't see from the video I was watching, I didn't see anybody draw a gun on him. But
Mhm.
um there was, they did really physically remove him from the stage and out the YMCA, the building itself.
Uh-huh.
They physically removed him, and you could see that clearly on the video.
Yeah.
Like he was some common thug or something. It was ridiculous.
I tell you one thing.
Hmm.
That Pastor Gino Jennings, I'm not feeling him.
You're not the only one.
You know, I mean, I don't want to talk about it right there.
You're not
You know?
the only one.
And then, you know, I don't know how Vegas feel about the whole situation, but I honestly think that clearly the man, you're going at the man out to argue with the man. You can't win the fight then. You will never win that fight
True.
because you don't, you never bring your busload of followers.
Right.
You can't do that, first of all, Vegas. That doesn't fault Vegas.
Hmm.
You need it a neutral spot. Neutral spot.
Right.
You see me? But all Mr. Jennings that talk about the makeup and all that stuff there, who are prostitutes and whore and all that stuff there. Yo, fire upon him.
Fire.
Fire upon him.
A fire. DYCR would say a fire.
You see? And then this your man sit down beside him wife and
Yeah, and agree.
your wife preach up herself for your wedding day and the man will come call you a prostitute. Yo,
Yeah.
fire upon that man. Yo, that might be a true and I'm straight.
Even that section of the argument, you know, would. But I encourage people to go and watch that video, really and truly. Go Google it, YouTube it, whichever way you want to look it up. It is
And then the
all
man just
over.
say a lie about it. He never said that. He never said that. I say, yo, the man said that because watch the video where you say it.
Exactly. My
Watch
thing
the video.
is
He put,
the amount of women that were in that congregation. It's like it was a women's conference and only women were invited.
And a few man up on the side, so they must say, I don't know what them is, but a few man up on the side.
Yeah, but I guess those are officiating men or security men or quote unquote ushers. But yeah, it wasn't a good look at all.
Tell us something, man. Me have a pastor good named Sam Green. And for all these little missionary church who are hear this right now, I want to press one button on the computer right and big up Sam Green. Sam Green had a realest pastor me ever meet. From in the 90s, early 90s, right? Pastor Green take a stand and say, yo, it's me I preach past 9 o'clock. Women, when I go home to the husband.
See it there. That's
Gino,
it.
Gino look like the type of pastor we got people, women at church till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And some game when I say, I want to do till 2, 3 in the morning. We don't have husband and house and people to attend to.
Right. Yeah.
Some Green preach short and reach the point quick enough. See?
Yeah.
And in real. Because I remember one time the man say, yo, ladies, girls, if you dance with a boy, you don't feel nothing. Check him! Yo, I remember that day, man. He said, and you know, all these things that these kids and people are involved in, young ladies, if you're dancing with a young man, or if you give an embrace and you don't feel anything, check him! I never forgot that. Big up Sam Green anyway there. You know. Big up your beautiful wife and your kids them. I know some big people now, but big up yourself, Pastor Green. Straight.
Oh boy, I tell you. Alright, so now that we've taken care of that aspect of things, one more little bit of things. You heard Roseanne got cancelled today.
Roseanne, the show?
Yeah.
Thank God. Sorry, people, sorry.
And on that note,
I mean, how you feel about that?
we're moving on. She just came back on the air, but then she went and said something stupid, and that was it. Cancel.
That's quicker than Arsenio. Oh.
Yo, let me tell you, done. You see, people feel that they can say anything and get away with everything after this guy that is president went and did the very same things. He said anything and did anything and apparently has gotten away with it. And everybody gets feel that they can do it too. And I don't know what kind of support, what kind of secrets 45 has for people, but I don't know. He's still holding his position. Everybody else get what the duck get. And he's still holding his position. Weird. Alright. So now that we've taken care of all the dealings outside of Healthy Love, I want to welcome everybody to Healthy Love. Happens each and every Tuesday night right here on the night shift from 10 to midnight. Alright. Oh, numbers to call, numbers to text to get in touch. 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. And of course, jump into the chat room, PEMGTV.com, or you can jump on over to KevinStew.com, where the chat room is right there. Both of them have chat rooms, actually. But I'm on KevinStew.com right now. And pulling up, I should pull up PEMG since I put it out there, right, Sean?
Yeah, man, pull it up, man. Pull it up, selector.
A real DJ, you know.
Lordy.
Alright, so meal timing.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about tonight. Talk to me.
Well, what I want to say is this, people. You know, what you eat and the time you eat what you eat is the time you eat what you eat is just as important as what you eat.
Okay.
And that's the skinny of it. That's the skinny of it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to eat at certain times, good times, and what you eat along with it goes with it. Just on a excuse me, just off the top of my head right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting to my notes momentarily,
Right.
but if you think about it, again, I'll always go back to a baby. When a baby is born, they tell you have to feed the child every 3 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they tell you how much to feed the child, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, even from that example, there's an indication that from we're young, meal timing is critical for one proper growth.
Okay.
So, but as we grow and our lives change, that modifies or just get wrecked. And
Mm.
sometimes people have issues maintaining a healthy weight, not because of what they eat, but also the time that they eat.
Mm. So there is, and I know people have heard it before that there's an ideal time to eat a particular type of thing. But later on, we'll get into that. We'll address whether there's any truth to that. Is there any truth to this meal timing thing, or is it just something that some people just decide that they're going to put together to sell a product? Well, when it comes to things of a health related nature in this country, it's all about a business.
It's all about a business, not for everyone,
Well, yeah,
not for everyone,
I'm not saying it is for everyone, but
but for
too
some people
too
definitely.
too often that is the case,
Hmm.
and we are the ones as the consumers. We're the ones that lose out.
Yes, we are the ones that lose out. Hang
So
on a sec. What's up?
okay, cool. So one of the things that I came across um was really saying that when it comes to healthy eating, what um and how much to eat usually comes up against when to eat versus in conjunction with. And you have some experts that say, well, first you need to know whether you're eating too much or you're not eating enough. And then you need to break it down a little bit more and talk about the nutrients or the macronutrients that you need to balance your ideal desire, your goals. And you find some people going to look at that first and then they fine tune the timing of all of that later on. But some of these same experts are saying, listen, if you're eating the right foods in the right amounts, but you're not seeing any results, then it could be time that you're actually eating the food that is not providing the results that you're looking for. So I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people that say, well, I eat healthy, I eat right, I eat as it is recommended, but I see no changes. This is all a fluke. They just wanted to get my money and wanted me to buy into this idea. And that is not so much the case. Or
Apparently,
maybe it is. Pum pum pum. 773-789 Stew 773-789-7839. Tell me your story. Share your stories with us. Let us know what your situation is, and you can jump on in the chat room, kevinstew.com also.
well, I can tell you from personal experience,
Mm-hmm.
if I eat too late, eating too late impacts my weight, my ideal weight
In one day?
negatively. No, not just one day. you know, everything is cumulative.
Okay.
But it definitely does impact my my ability to lose weight. It impacts my ability to control my weight.
Mm.
So I really have to be extremely careful to eat at what I'm calling a godly time. And if it's so terrible that I can't eat at a godly time, then my next best thing is to eat something that is not too difficult for the body to digest. Or let them say I go to Jamaica, drink some tea.
So, but what would a godly time be?
Um, I would say past 8 o'clock. I would say 8 o'clock. That's 8 o'clock for godly time. Me personally. Some people go by 7 o'clock. There are others that go by 6. But of course, there's that window of opportunity there. So it's that window that some people use.
Mm-hmm.
But generally between 6 and 8 o'clock, because most of our bodies start to quote unquote retire at about 9 o'clock. So you want to get your last meal in before anything else, happens. You want to get your system rested because that's one thing about breakfast because you're breaking fast. That's why it's called breakfast. Because when you go to sleep, that's like a natural fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not eating, you're not tired, you're just sleeping. So that's one of the things you have to be mindful of as you think about what you're going to eat and the times you're going to eat. Because when you eat too late, it puts a lot of stress and strain on your organs because you're not active, you're not moving around. Um, and I think a part of it also, if you look at what you eat in that certain time, you want to eat lighter as the day goes on. You're heavy, medium, then light. But I think our system is light, medium, heavy.
Mm.
So the time that you eat definitely impacts, you know, how your food is broken down or what it gets used for at certain times of the day. So
But
that's for me, yeah.
that concerns me now, Sean, because you said for you and most people, you're looking at an 8 o'clock time to be the latest for your last meal.
Yeah, for me, that's how it works.
But let me throw a monkey wrench in the machinery.
Throw it in, bro.
What about the people that work overnight?
Well, that whole thing is jacked up because of working overnight already. And it gets even more hijacked because you're now eating overnight, because you're not resting. Because your body is made to go to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about that circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
It's built into our bodies for us to be asleep at night. That's why we're not generally nocturnal animals. If you think about how we're built naturally, we don't have the type of eyes that an owl has, that a bat has.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the type of eyes that certain night predators have, and there's a reason for that. And that all that plays into how we eat, what we eat, when we eat, and so forth. So we always have to look back at nature. Nature has so much built in that we've pretty much hijacked nature and we're just doing our own thing.
Right.
And that's a lot of issues because again, the average baby is what, 7 to 9 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
But as adults we grow up with ranges way over that. Two people same height, same, food, whatever, and you have a range of 100 pounds different.
Right.
So a lot of it has to do with our lifestyle. Lifestyle is one of the biggest things that's killing us in this part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no different than that you eat your meals.
All right. So we will attack the night shift workers. Yeah, my show is a night shift, but I'm not exactly a night shift worker. Let me just go ahead and put that out there. But we'll address the night shift workers a little bit later on. So basically what we're going to be talking about in this section has to do with those that keep that follow the circadian rhythm, basically. So we're gonna say that all things being equal, we're getting up with dawn at her crack, and we're going to bed at dusk. Well, a little bit past that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're working off that premise in the beginning, so that we have a general idea of what we're working with. All right. So 29 minutes after the hour, we're gonna take our first break and pay some bills, or at least pretend to. I'm playing. We're gonna pay some bills, and when we come back, we're gonna try to dive in to get some information out before Sean has to bail on us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So call a friend, tell a friend. We're talking about meal timing tonight. Let's see if we can get your timing right. We'll be right back after these few messages.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsey Media Group.
The Kiwanis Club of Greater Sunrise in Broward presents the 3rd annual scholarship fundraising event, Moments in Time. This year, it's a Father's Day edition. A dinner dance with live entertainment featuring Scotch Bonnet Band, the comedic stylings of Reverend St. Hope, fashion show put on by Simply Tea Fashion and Harold's Fine Fashion. Hosted by me, Sir Rockwell. Taking place on Sunday, June 17th at the Banquet Hall, 8062 West McNabb Road in North Lauderdale. In the Broward Meat Plaza. Doors open at 4 p.m. Showtime 5 p.m. sharp. Dinner served at 6 p.m. For ticket information, call 754-304-8135 or 954-627-4354 or purchase your ticket online at eventbrite.com. Pre-sold tickets $55, $65 at the door. Children's and table prices available. So come celebrate the father in your life on Sunday, June 17th at the Banquet Hall, 8062 West McNabb Road. Brought to you by the Kiwanis Club of Greater Sunrise in Broward. Sponsored by Baird Case, Vision Electric, The Lady Song Show, and RockTheBox.net.
JTMC Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, the Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with the Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy P, Denny Rants featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations of the rhythm, Zeal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skellenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
Off to an early start for a long hot summer, but beat the heat with a dash of lemongrass refresher. This cool thirst quencher is a low sugar beverage made from the fevergrass plant, which has antioxidants, several wellness properties, and is a great lifestyle drink for all ages. Ah, that hits the spot. It's a new great taste. Have one today. Dash Lemongrass Refresher, distributed by Carib Atlantic Distributors. Call 954-614-0919. That's 954-614-0919. Life's a dash. Live well.
You know, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Sound of the Twiggerific one. A track called You've Got Me Here at Last. And I thank you all for joining in and tuning in, being here at last. So tonight it's Healthy Love Night, and this segment of the show is brought to you courtesy of GMAC Music Solutions, bringing music to life.
Take me in your arms.
Gonna give them a call to hook you up. Engineering, stage lighting, and production services. 754 307 GMAC. That's 754-307-4622. Let them know where you got the hookup, okay? Alright, so we're talking about meal timing tonight, and it's kind of funny that I played this Twiggy. Twiggy went away recently and decided that she was going to eat up a storm to see if she could put on weight, and she amassed a whopping 1 pound increase.
Whopping 1 pound.
I promised her if she put on weight, I was gonna eat my shoe. She put on 1 pound and killing me. When you gonna start eating that shoe? I tell her I'm on a shoestring diet, so that's about it right now. Because I work on a shoestring budget. All right, so Sean,
Mm-hmm.
let's get deeper into this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you lead, and I will bring up the rest of it.
All right. So here's this. So one thing in my research, when we looked at some of the studies that have been done with the restricted timing, they actually have a term for it called TRF, time restricted feeding. In what is one particular lady's plight, I think her name was Shelton, something Shelton. She ended up losing 50 pounds over the course of a year, which is tremendous. You know, sometimes people don't understand. If you lose a pound a week, you know, in 25 weeks, that'd be 25 pounds.
Right.
Half of the year.
That's half the year.
But sometimes you don't look like you're losing weight when you're losing 1 pound, you know?
Right.
You might say, sure, yeah, we exercise, man. But, so she was having difficulty losing the weight how she really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But then the doctor that she was working with put her on, you know, time restricted feeding. And what they did with her was she ate between 8 o'clock and 4 p.m. every 3 hours. So
between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
4 p.m. Right. When she was done with our, you know, our final meal at 4:30, give and take, that's when she really started to lose the weight. Because what the research found is that the food takes about 3 to 5 hours to digest, period.
Mm-hmm.
Except when you eat Chinese food, you want to eat it again, like 30 minutes later. So 3 to 5 hours.
The voice of experience.
Back in the day, man, it was crazy. So 3 to 5 hours to digest. So once you do that, if you think about it, so you stop eating at 4, 3 hours past, you're at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you go 5 hours past, you're done. That's 9 o'clock. Now, realistically, you should be asleep by then, right? To get the 8 hours rest.
Yes.
You know, from like 8 o'clock to 4:35 in the morning, and then you get up and you start your routine again. So if you think about that, what happens when you sleep? You know, research is actually saying that when you sleep is when you actually burn a lot more calories. That's when the body's really burning fat, I should say. That's when the body really goes into fat burning mode.
Mm-hmm.
Because what is it really using to provide energy? Remember, when you're awake, it's using muscle for energy. It's using protein for energy. So when you're sleeping, it uses fat for energy. Right?
Right.
So that's one thing, you know, why when you sleep, it burns a lot more fat. So if you're not adding on to that fat by eating, and you eat something and you go to sleep 30 minutes later and call it the itis.
Ethnic fatigue, sir. Ethnic fatigue.
So it turns into, you know, the starch, then that breaks down into something else, and next thing you know, the sugar breaks down. You know, you understand what I'm saying? When you eat the bread, you eat the chicken.
So you're burning sugar instead of fat at this point.
Right. Yeah, and then some of that sugar, if it doesn't get burnt off, it now sits and, you know, creates another environment that leads to more fat development.
Right.
So you have to really look at it in perspective that if you finish eating at 4:30, and I know some of you are like, oh no, I still got an hour left of the clock at work and I'm falling asleep already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you do that, then, you know, if you try that out, you'll find that you probably will lose a lot more weight because, you know, honestly, when I don't eat late, that's when I feel much better in terms of, you know, my body losing weight and so forth. When I eat late, it puts a strain on me. You know, that's how the bleaching thing don't go through. When you love good dancing, you have bleach and you eat a jerk chicken and a jerk pork and you drink a Pepsi or a rum and coke.
Right.
Yes. And then, honestly, I never used to do this, but I came here and I started this whole thing of after a party, you stop at the Denny's or the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, grab some food and then go home and sleep.
Oh my goodness, that was such a killer. That was
Yeah.
a killer. And it's just recently that I'm learning that all these things that I would do trying to be social is
Mhm.
what was killing me. So again, it's a lifestyle choice. It's lifestyle that's killing us more than anything else. It's not a hereditary. It's a lifestyle.
Right.
You know, I had a friend who, the one who's in Jamaica. He's a trainer now, and there was a time in his life when he was so huge, his eyes were shut. Right? That's how fat he was,
Yo,
and
that's serious.
and he said that was serious, and he said it was so bad that when he went back home, his mother didn't recognize him at the airport,
Yeah,
and he
that's
said
not
that
good.
he said that's when he realized he had to do something. So what got him to that point was the fact that he had a nightlife, and the wife took care of him. She him coming in late and she cooked the biggest burger. And work hard for the day, so he made a nice meal before him to sleep. And
Yeah.
him said that was his routine. But he said it really hit him when he come home from foreign. His mother supposed to pick him up, and his mother walk right past him. Yeah,
Yeah.
my love. Yeah, love, but that was this moment that his transformation began.
Mhm.
You know, but if you see him now, you would never believe it. But I mean, we're talking about somebody who was an athlete, first of all. But
Is
the
or was?
lifestyle was,
Okay.
and he blew up big time, and then now he's back down. He's still very muscular. He's not a small guy,
Right.
but he doesn't have his eyes are not shut anymore, so to speak. So
That's serious.
yeah, and he spoke about the fact that he was eating too late. And,
Mhm.
sometimes, again, it's not what so much you eat, it's how it's prepared, the times you're eating it. So be mindful of these things as you go through your day. Some things you can't control, some things hard to control. If you work overnight, then you probably need to stock up on some things that won't, that are not heavy in starches and sugars and complex sugars.
Mhm.
You may want to stock up on those foods and just get used to eating those things. Because when you get off of work, you work overnight, you get off of work at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then you go home and you want to sleep the day for the next shift the next night.
Right.
What do you actually do with your body? You're throwing your body way out of that rhythm, out of that natural rhythm. Yours is totally out of whack now.
Exactly.
So again, this lifestyle choice. Because if you think about certain neighborhoods, not even neighborhoods, when you want to camp some places, and you're in the middle of what people call woy woy,
Mhm.
and there's no fast food place within a 10-mile radius, and you wonder, like, how do people survive out here?
Mhm.
You're not going to die that week or two that you're out in the camp.
Right.
You're
That's
still going to
true.
live.
That's true. That's true. Good evening, Lady Song. Welcome to the show. Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
You won't die, and it's funny because even when you go to these camps that are not outdoor living camp, but they're your sleepaway camps where meals are scheduled,
Yeah,
and you don't have the opportunity to run down the street to a fast food joint or a corner store.
yeah,
You actually conform to that type of eating, and you realize that things are different because there's a eat time and then there's a sleep time.
yeah. Lights out.
Yeah.
And then you
And
don't have the distraction of TV, and you don't have your Wi-Fi, your phone
right.
going on. You don't feel like you're missing DJ Kevin Stew's radio, at 10 o'clock at night. You're not missing anything. You know what I mean?
No, you
So,
feel that you're missing it. You feel that you're missing it.
you know, they don't have all these distractions going on.
Right. Right.
So, and I think that's what it is. I think all this stuff is just distractions in our lives.
Yeah, quite possibly so. Um so when it comes to meal timing though, real thing or joke thing?
You say if it's real
Yeah.
or joke things?
Yeah.
It's real.
We recognize that these things are these things happen when you go on these camps or you sleep away camp, as an example. But
Yeah.
it's funny because Paige Bente, nutrition manager at Beachbody, says it may not matter as much as one would think. She says with athletes, it's much more important to time your meals appropriately. Adding that it's less important for the weekend warrior than the Olympic athlete. But the ones who fall somewhere in between may benefit. In general, she says, most people missing one meal occasionally or eating lunch an hour early or late isn't what's going to make or break your diet. But you do need to eat regularly.
Right.
And in a statement published in the journal Circulation, the American Heart Association makes the case for eating intentionally and paying attention to the timing and frequency of your meals. According to the American Heart Association, a consistent, regular eating schedule could yield a healthier lifestyle and could benefit your cardiovascular health also. So apparently this timing thing really works. I say when it comes to weight loss and maintenance, timing of your meals is an important factor in maintaining appetite and healthy blood sugar levels throughout the day. Regularly timed meals can also help you maintain a healthy metabolism and energy levels. This is what a registered dietitian and spokesperson for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, Jim White, that's what he had to say, and said going to bed with a full stomach and not eating the right ratio and amount of carbs and protein on either side of a workout, if you do workout, can mean that you're not getting the most from all the work that you've been doing in your workouts.
Yeah, you're sabotaging your goals.
So
the distance runners, for example, they require a lot of carbohydrate because they need something. They need a store of energy for when they're actually running. For that to kick in after a certain amount of time they've been running. Because each mitochondria has enough energy for a few bursts of speed.
Yeah.
So as they run, they definitely need a source to call upon. And that source, will come from your complex carbohydrates. That's why they go to pastas a couple of days before a meet. Now, if you think you're going to eat pasta in the morning, I think it's going to help you in the evening. Sorry, sir. You're actually preparing for a meet 2 or 3 days from now. Yeah. That's why the timing. So that's why for athletes, as you mentioned, it's critical.
Yeah.
So for the athlete, they have to understand when they are going to compete, how far they're going to compete, what type of food is going to be in the country or the particular area they're going to compete. What's the air like? What's the air quality? Is the water hard? Is the water soft? All these things, what type of fruits will be in season? All these things as an athlete you have to consider when you travel around the globe. But now if you live in the 52 contiguous states of USA, may not be so of a critical thing. But if you're a cricketer, for example, if you're a track athlete, for example, if you're a soccer player, these things are a big part of what management has to deal with. Those are questions management has to deal with.
But I never gave any consideration to any of those things prior to you just mentioning it just now. Let me add this caller to this. Good evening to you. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Kevin Stew and Sean Garrity.
The one and only Melissa Lady song.
AKA, this is Belt.
Hey. I heard you guys talking about weight control and late night eating and so forth, and I thought maybe I could just drop a couple of nuggets in there. Is
By
that
all
okay?
means. Chicken nuggets or beef nuggets?
Don't let me start thinking about chicken nuggets. But anyway, you know, some people will have noticed. maybe Sean might not have noticed, but try to joke. Yeah. So you know, the last couple of months, 3 months now, I've been really watching what I eat and how late I eat and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I do agree with you guys saying that late night eating is not a good thing, and it's probably very obvious, but a lot of us still do it. You know, we eat late at night, we go straight to sleep, so we're not giving our bodies a chance to burn it off.
Right.
So part of my journey was to really finish eating, you know, by 8 o'clock the latest, along with a lot of other things as well. But, you know, it's the proof is in, and I'm not going to say put in because it's another fattening thing, but the proof is in the results. You know, the proof is in the results.
Yeah.
I lost about 30 pounds in the last 3 months. And a lot of people have been asking me, how did I do it? And it's not just one thing. It's not just not eating after 8. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that's involved. And you can see a blog that I started on ladysongshow.com. But essentially, if we want to have a healthy body, and especially the older we get, you know, our metabolism is not as quick as it used to be. We slow down. We just build up years and years of fat and sludge that's in our gut and everything.
Right,
and we have to really clear that out with cleansing and good eating and good diet and exercise. And you don't have to be crazy strict with even with the exercise. You know, just some general walking every day or a couple of times a week. And you would be surprised once you cut back on all these things, reduce the amount of food that you have on your plate. You cut that in half, maybe even third. Just stock upon a lot of water to try to fill you up, and you'd be surprised what can happen after a couple of months. Mm-hmm. But just to weigh in and say that it can be done, and it can be done fairly inexpensively if you dedicate yourself to it, and that's what you want to do. You know, Sean was saying that he had some friend that he was getting so big that his eyes were literally shut. Well, you know, things like, and his mom didn't recognize him. It's things like that will jolt you into doing something. A friend of mine about 3 months ago who I hadn't seen her for some years. You know, she came to visit me, and she said to me about 3 months ago, she said, "Oh, Melissa," and she was always bigger than me. She said, You're putting on some weight, aren't you? Just blurting it out like that with no regard of my feelings. And I was crushed, man. I was like, whoa. Because I've always been this little slim thing. Most people don't even know me when I was like slim. But I said, you know what? Thank you for that jolt. I will do something about it. I didn't say that to her, but in my mind, I'm like, you little, I'm going to do something about it.
Now.
Right? But he jolted me to do something about it. And trust God, I'm not going to ever go back to that way.
Right. And it's easier to get there than people really realize.
Right. It just sneaks up on you year after year and month after month. Mm-hmm. You fall back into bad habits of like, you know, eating late or eating the wrong things and eating too much of the wrong things. Because to be honest with you, moderation is okay. You know, you can't eat a little bit of processed food and junk food a little bit. But once you start overdoing it, you're doing it every day, every night, you're sleeping on it, it can easily build up. And it's hard. It's hard to take it up.
Breakfast, when it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack, it's a problem.
Right. But you can help by changing what that breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack is. If they complement each other, then that's different. But we don't plan meals like that.
Yeah, and when you're on a quest, when you're on a mission, like I was,
yes,
everything was planned. Everything was planned. Lunch, dinner, snacks even.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was planned. And like I said, you can get good results once you focus, but you really have to focus. And Shoulder said something about pressure, trying to socialize with your friends and whatnot.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta cut that back, man. You gotta either resist or you gotta say, you know what, I'm good. I'm out of here. I'm going home, and catch you guys later. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you really have to focus on you. What's important to you, and the quality of your life, because they're not gonna help you when if you have a heart problem or if you have a this problem.
This is true. This is true. Well, I thank you, Melissa Lady Song, for your nuggets, your 6-piece.
Okay. Me 2-piece. All right, guys. Have a good night, and I'll continue listening.
Thank you very much. Take care, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Catch you later. Melissa Lady Song there, sharing of her story in her quest to make a change, a healthy change. And that's just it, Sean. It's the little things that typically make a big difference as we roll into this JTMC sponsored segment, top of the hour. It's the little things that make a big difference. And when we're here enjoying, just for the pleasure of it, that particular snack that we know if we're working out, we're going to have to work out that much longer or that much harder the next day to burn it off. But yet still we want that particular snack, that particular comfort food so much that, we're just going to go ahead and have it. Because that's how we are. The other part of it is we expect to see results almost immediately.
Yeah. Ain't that something?
And it happens way too often that we end up being this people of instant gratification or instant results.
Uh-huh.
And we end up basically shooting ourselves in the foot for it.
There's an article years ago called The McDonaldization of Society. I believe it was from 1989 or 1990.
Mm-hmm.
And it talks about how we want things now. Everything has to be so instant. And it's that instant life that is really changing a lot of things. Because now if I had a fiend for some goat milk,
mm-hmm.
I could just get up on my bed, go to Walmart and find goat milk.
Yeah.
If I had a feeling for a Subway sandwich, I'm going to find a 24-hour Subway. And if Subway gets enough people knocking on the door, and that's what I'm about to say, if Subway gets enough people knocking on the door at midnight, they're probably going to open at midnight.
Right.
So I just threw Subway out there because they're just, mine real fast. I don't think Subway has a 24-hour operation. But you get what I'm saying. And then sometimes, a place like McDonald's, they have 24-hour, and sometimes that's purely driven by revenue, by the fact that some people want it early morning, late night, whatever you want to call it. And they've even got to the point where they put the breakfast sandwiches all day.
Right, for people who work third shift.
Thinking about it, even IHOP had a commercial years ago in the 90s talking about breakfast for lunch, lunch for dinner, what for lunch, dinner. And so all these people, and I keep telling you, these commercials are not just there because they're trying to make a buck. They're trying to program you to live off of you.
Right.
Pretty much. Because I still remember the commercial.
And again, if you follow the money trail, the people that are backing some of these fast food enterprises, some of these campaigns, these are the very same people that are putting out the pharmaceutical drug commercials. The very same people. So they're sending you to get sick so that they can send you to buy their products to get well. Or not to get well, to treat the ailments of your sickness.
Like when a Jamaica man, the man of the dish antenna, and then the dispute them scramble it, but the dispute them send the scrambler.
Yes. Yes.
Oh boy, showing my age, I know.
Just like that. And there are a bunch of people right now going, huh? What is he talking about? But some of us know. Thank you, Gilbert, for cleaning that up for us.
Gilbert. Anyhow, it's always a pleasure. But over the weekend before I go,
yes,
this one kid, I think his name was Michael Rotundo, who he was taken to court by his parents so that they could evict him.
Seriously?
So the parents won the eviction notice. Well, guess what? After court, the dude went right back to the house. Like, what?
How
like,
old?
Where to do that?
How old is this child?
30 years old.
Did
you
you
put
just
that in months? 30 times.
30? As in 30?
12 months. 30.
Nah, man. You need to get put out.
He's what, 360 months old?
No, sir. No. Sorry. No. No. Yeah.
But in all cases, before as I depart here, people, the one thing I gotta say is, I really don't care who has a son or daughter or wherever it is going into the NFL or doing something to cover the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're black like me, please consider another career, because you cannot. And I'm going to say this right now: you cannot. I will not support that league with what they just did. It's just, again, this is like, and people always say there's a better way of doing it. And I keep asking the question to everybody who tells me that this is not the time and place, or where there's a better way, there's a better platform to do it. I always ask them, please tell me, where should we protest? Where should we have our voices heard? Because every time we try to say something, we get shut down or killed. So please, you tell me where I could do it so that I don't get killed and I don't get shut down. And I want people to hear what I'm saying. Because as far as they're concerned, we should have the discussion at late night in your bed with your significant other. Mm-hmm. And nobody needs to know.
Right.
So if you don't believe our money matters, or money does matter, stop supporting these things. I'm a sports person. Please believe that. I am a sports person. But please don't support what's going on right now in the NFL. Please don't.
Welcome, Marlon, to the show. And
you can't do something else.
Marlon is saying, I agree about the NFL. Listen,
if you can't do something as simple as to kneel or sit, you're just shutting up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you're just shutting up about the whole thing, And it's a problem,
Yeah.
you know, and people are saying, shut up and play ball. Shut up and play ball because we pay so much millions of dollars. Well, guess what? Without me, you can't make millions of dollars. And that's the value that we need to understand that we carry.
Right.
We carry a value. And that's why we're on the field of play. You know, and believe me, if you don't play, let me tell you something. If the employees at Walmart tomorrow decide we are not going to work across the country, and we're not going to work this one day tomorrow,
Walmart lose a bag of money.
You know how much money it costs Starbucks to shut down today for the few hours for racial bias training?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I spoke to, you know, I'm fortunate to know one of their attorneys, right? One of Starbucks' attorneys.
Yeah.
And in our conversation, it was brought to me that the company was something to the tune of 21 mil, something 21. It's like $1 million just for closing down today. You know, it's probably more than that, but it's a ton of money.
Yeah.
It's a ton of money, but I don't see it as a loss, Starbucks. I applaud you for that. Some people may say it will not solve the issue, but as far as I'm concerned,
it should make a difference.
It will start the conversation. It will start the process. You have to start the process.
Yes.
And this is a part of it. So to Kevin and Kevin Johnson and his team at Starbucks, I applaud you for your work today. And otherwise, in the NFL, you know, please, people, again, if you can't, simple as that. You know, I think of somebody like Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges played for the Bulls, back-to-back championships. And he went to the White House and he said something to Bush about, you know, racial injustice. And Craig Hodges was like one of the top shooters in the league. And after that conversation with President Bush, that man never got a contract ever again.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, career over. Listen, it's a tough and ticklish battle, but it's a necessary. It's a necessary one.
It's necessary, and I thank you for having this show, Kevin, because this is the only show we can start talking about losing weight, and then we're talking about something else. And that's the freedom we have. That's the freedom you have when you have your own show.
It is.
Kevin's having his own show and not being puppetized.
Much respect.
By others.
I try to keep it that way. I try to keep it that way. It's tough.
Let me say, allow me to 10 followers. May I have 10? How much you have?
Right? We do it for the love, not for the likes. So.
Yeah, do it for the love, not the likes.
Just deal with the thing. All right. 11 minutes after the hour, time for another quick little break. I have some more information to bring for you guys. Sean, much respect, sir. I appreciate the support and the co-hosting on a Tuesday night. And
don't forget, we'll be in the building on Saturday. I can't tell you where. Here, but
yeah, Sean and I get to go out and play. Sean and I get to go out and play Saturday night. We'll send pictures.
All right, so let's go on.
All right, take care. We'll be right back after these few messages. I think I need to put up the commercial before it will play, right? Yeah. When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
It's time to get live, it's time to get lit. Spiritually powered inspirational thoughts. It's time to spit. Join Sharon Corinthian and St. Patrick every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 96.3 IMG Radio as they bring you poetry at its finest, featuring some of the hottest spoken word artists from around the world. It will leave you touched, moved, and inspired. Tell a friend to tell a friend and join us for the show.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
It's Christine representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin's Stew and the night shift radio show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Whoa, DJ Kevin's Stew have the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin's Stew believe him, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christine. It's a hot it up, loud. The beast.
Caramante, reality, slave mentality. Alright then, them skin black, them brain white, them drink beer rum, them stay high, them party like every day and every night. Everybody want to live movie star lifestyle. Them don't, none of them no bright. Them no read, so you know them no right. Them have an insatiable appetite for the most expensive things in a life. But them that's not high. Me old school like the rock alkanite. Me low key caramanti no hype. And me nah go sell out so nobody can buy. Inna the rock me a chill more times. Read a book, meditate and vibe. But me want know who is these guys where I sell them soul for the fame and hype. Slave mentality, inna that time you hear slave I say. But me a watch them and they one of them the I pray. And from we see them we free them and know we try we know we can't free them. Slave mentality, inna that time you hear slave I say. But me a watch them and they one of them the I pray. And from we see them we free them and know we try we know we can't free them. Them want look good, them inna makeup. Good man and woman face made up. Hard to recognize to all them change up. But I need new style face I feel paint up. And it no matter what you say, them say one love. I don't know black, I don't know white, just one love. And if you mention history, them status, them no one know that them want famous. But them that cara conscious. Me old school like the second hand pants cup. Always low key and focus. And me now go sell out the money good enough. Me they at Kingston, I do me own stuff. The usual reading and train up. But me want know who is this big crop. Where would I sell them show like paintbrush? Slave mentality, in a that time you hear slave I say. But me I watch them and they one of them the I pray. And from we see them we free them and though we try we know we can't free them. Slave mentality.
This is the sound of Caramanti. A track called Slave Mentality.
And from we see them we free them and though we try we know we can't free them. Hey, yo, the the problem is them a slave, but them don't know that them is. Them so arrogant and them so damn stupid. Them don't want read fi expand them knowledge. So hey, them they a street side college. I learn from Jack, where I learn from Jill. Blind a lead, blind a the same damn thing. A precisely why Kara sing. Slave mentality, in a that time you fear slave, I say. But me I watch them and they that them day I pray. And from we see them we free them and know which way we know we can't free them. Slave mentality, in a that time you fear slave, I say. But me I watch them and they that them day I pray.
Lyrics touching a nerve with some, right? You can see where it could be a dagger, so to speak. All right, so as we roll through the last segment of Healthy Love tonight, the last spoken segment, I raised the area of those at work, that third shift, that night shift, and how they're affected when it comes to meal timing. And while some individuals seem to adapt to working through the night, really and truly by design, as mentioned earlier, we were made to sleep when it's nighttime. Which is interesting for those that live in places like Alaska and Antarctica, where you get extended periods of day and extended periods of night. Real interesting. But the interfering with the natural pattern can result in some negative consequences. And one of those consequences involves weight, body weight. So what happens is with night shift workers, they generally exercise less. Less than who? Less than day shift workers. Because when they wake up in the evening before work, the gym is closed and it's too dark to go outside for a walk or to go jogging. And after their shift is over, they're exhausted, so they want to go home and get rest. There is also a lack of nutritious food. Weight gain is more prominent in night shift workers, especially those who don't think ahead and pack nutritious meals. And this leaves them dependent on fast food. And vending machines. So they're getting a lot of sugar, which is not helping the case. Now, because the majority of us are so used to following certain eating patterns, we don't believe they should change if our work patterns change. Problem is with this is our body reacts differently at night. And our body's natural instincts say we should be sleeping. Now, because of this, the eating habits change also. And now you have to condition your body to react differently or to act differently. If you have to work nights, what it is recommended is that you find a meal schedule, one that will work with your lifestyle. And that includes things like eating your largest meal first. Now, most workers normally eat a small breakfast before they start their day. But when you work night, you want to flip it around. Your first meal, you want to make that your largest meal. And it should include a lot of protein from lean meat or from fish. And to keep your body going throughout the entire shift, don't just plan your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but plan to eat several small meals frequently. And you want to do this throughout the night. So this will not only help to keep you feeling satisfied, but it will also make sure you have enough energy to stay awake. From the time you wake up and throughout this night shift that you're working, you want to avoid carbohydrates as much as possible. Stay away from them. Your sweets and your sugar products, all they're going to do is put you to sleep. So you want to try things like eggs, milk, chicken, healthy proteins. Now, the vending machine that is in your workplace is not your friend at this point. Unless you can find a healthy food vending machine. But it's not your friend. And neither is a fast food restaurant. So if you can take your meals with you, prepare your meals ahead of time, be mindful about what you're preparing, and take that with you, then you're off to the races. You want to pack things like hard-boiled eggs, string cheese, peanut butter, tuna, easy things that will stay and will actually be tasty. That's how you try to eat Marlon. Good. Let me know where you started and what your target is and how that is going. Because I'm sure your story will inspire someone else to either continue or to start. Now, all I do personally is maintain. I try not to eat anything after 8 o'clock, to be honest. But if I do, I eat small quantities. Or I would go with nuts. Cashew is always in my house. Well, most of the time. And as a result of that, I get to have something healthy as a snack. And we have plenty of water, so. Now, while most people eat breakfast as soon as they get up in the morning, you can actually benefit from ending your day with breakfast. The best time to eat breakfast for the night shift worker is right after their shift. And a few hours before you intend to go to sleep. And that is where the difference is. That is where that's your big game changer right there. Now, this will allow you to eat and the food that you eat to digest when your metabolism is still running at full speed. Because remember now, you flipped things and you're working through the night. Now, if you eat close to bedtime, you're forcing your body to digest food when it is least efficient. One of the healthiest options to consider before your before bed breakfast. Remember now, we're talking to the night shift workers. One of the healthiest options is cottage cheese. Now, if you can develop the taste for it, go ahead. It works. It's not only contains casein protein, and this is a protein that slowly helps to fight off hunger in the body, but it's also a supply of amino acids, and that helps with muscle recovery and muscle building while you're asleep. So you want to go with a tablespoon of natural peanut butter and that will help to speed up digestion. And if you're worried about working the night shift and that will prevent you from your weight loss goals, do your research, ask your questions, and journal. Yeah. Get a meal journal. Track how having certain meals affects how your body reacts to it. And then go from that and use that to build what will actually work for you working the night shift. Make sense? Cool. I thought so. This is the son of King Charles.
Every little thing you do fi hurt me. Well, you must feel say me don't know your plans. A good thing say me never thirsty, lad. Cause if me never break away, you go make a way. Me know me out.
This track is called Move On.
You're so spiteful, girl. Every little thing you do fi hurt me. Well, you must feel say me don't know your plans. A good thing say me never thirsty, lad. Cause if me never break away, you go make a way. Me know me heart would have burn up like a grave for name. Me you know Superman, me not gon' save your day. You shoulda listen to the words me say. So me tell yourself to move on. And me say don't come back, you know. You only love me cause you know the thing shot, you know. Move on, me shoulda never tied the knot, you know. I know the fire go burn you like a pot, you know. Move on, and me say don't come back, you know. You only love me cause you know the thing shot.
Marlon says I fix my meals and between meal snacks ahead of time. Most of the time, even though I work in the day.
Because you don't know who you want to be. It a go bun. You shoulda never diss the.
Makes sense, Marlon.
It a go bun. You just want to say you're good because of me. It a go bun. I know me nah give you no apology because you never love me and me know. But it come me like you never really know to make it show. Well, watch I know, my girl, you're too slow. Well, but I just saw the story go. So me tell yourself it move on. And me say don't come back, you know. You only love me cause you know the thing shot, you know. Move on, me shoulda never tied the knot, you know. I know the fire go burn you like a pot, you know. Move on, and me say don't come back, you know. You only love me cause you know the thing shot, you know. Move on, me shoulda never tied the knot, you know. I know the fire go burn you like a pot, you know. You bitch tell me I'm your king and you know what fi be me queen. Baby girl, tell me what you mean. You take man fi fool, but you want go live it up and live it dream. But I dream you a dream like Arlene. But what you know, I give you all my love, but you throw me heart away, throw me heart away. Me see clear, say you gruff, you want, and I say nothing when you hear me chant. So me tell yourself it move on, and me say don't come back, you know. You only love me cause you know the thing shot, you know. Move on, me shoulda never tied the knot, you know. I know the fire go burn you like a pot, you know. Move on, and me say don't come back, you know. You only love me cause you know the thing shot, you know. Move on, me shoulda never tied the knot, you know. I know the fire go burn you like a pot, you know. Lord, it a go burn, it a go burn, it a go burn. Lord, it a go burn, it a go burn, it a go burn. Oh, it a go burn, it a go burn, it a go burn. Lord, it a go burn them, 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 burn them, burn them, burn them down. Oh, it a go burn them, burn them.
That was King Charles with Move On. This is Tendaji. recognize the stylings of Jamie Hinkson. As we move into our musical therapy, brought to you courtesy of the Wake Up and Live show with Sir Rockwell. This is Sweetness. Thank you very much, sis.
Tell me how can I go home if she's looking for me, baby.
I like Tender Arch's Sweetness also.
Just to get my attention, I'd run away if I know your intention was trouble, trouble. You got that sexy shape with that small little waist, everything and more to put any man in trouble.
This is on a Romain Virgo. That's the title of the track.
And my
tip.
Taxi driver, take me to my baby now. Hey driver, take me, I just gotta get on to her. So far.
This is the sound of Hezron, the man that can sing the telephone directory.
Texting each other, who loves you the most? Still I wish I was on beside you now, but trying to get this done.
I know Lady Song really likes this one.
Take you way out, a chance to call you now and then. It's the warm and the cold, but the sweetest part of the conversation, the credit for now. I wish I was in your loving arms, holding you now. But I'm here in a freezing weather, trying to put food on the table. And how I wish the promoter would give me mine soon as I'm done. I wanna catch this last flight leaving now. 1:01. I told my baby I'd be coming home for breakfast. Now I'm standing at the airport, and Jimmy said he's running 30 minutes late. No, I can't wait. Taxi driver, take me to my baby now. Hey driver, take me, I just gotta get on to her. Coming in from the cold, got a few things that you like. Got a few dollars in my pocket. With you, I wanna spend some quality time. Baby, I wanna treat you like a woman you are. Oh, baby, I can't wait to get out this blood. Taxi driver, take me to my baby now. Hey driver, take me, I just gotta get on to her. I wish I was in a loving arms, holding her now. But I'm here in a freezing weather, trying to put food on the table. And how I wish the promoter would give me mine soon as I'm done. I wanna catch this last flight leaving 1:01. I told my baby I'd be coming home before breakfast. I'm standing at the airport. Jimmy said he's running 30 minutes late. No, I can't wait. Taxi driver, take me to my baby. Hey, taxi driver, take me, I just gotta get on.
Every night I pray that we'd be together. Hoping that someday you'll come back, so we'll be forever. Because of my stupid ways, I'll let you know.
This is on a Jordan Mays
Have lonely days, our love should grow.
and the Rebelistic Band. A track called Pillow is Soak.
For that day, my heart will cure. So here my pillow is soaked with sadness. Yes, and my heart is weak by your breath. My body is shaking with your touch. Yes, and my eyes are blinded by you. So my pillow is soaked with sadness. How could this be? I'm waking by your breath. My body is shaking with your touch. Yes, and my eyes are blinded by you. In the morning, because of those days, my heart is still calling. So me no sleep, me no trick, I mean I hand you no tip. Me nah go take you on a joyride. I have you fortified, cause you're my joy, my pride. Yes, woman, I love you, and I want you in my life. I want you back, I yes I'm sure. Waiting for the day my heart will cure. So my pillow is soaked with sadness, yes, and my heart is weak by your breath. So my body is shaking with your touch, yes, and my eyes are blinded by you. So my pillow is soaked with sadness. How could this be? Weakened by your breath. So my body is shaking with your touch, yes, and my eyes are blinded by you.
Son of Joe Works. It's got to be lead vocalist.
Your body language deaf and dumb.
A track called Too Much Love.
So golden. Not looking out for number one. So be encouraged and emboldened. Believe in what I'm speaking now. Every one of us we holding to show the other one some love. It's true, you never have too much 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 love. Now you see the cameras rolling. For now, try and frame you with a picture of a city burning out. What the bosses never show you, and what's closer to the truth. There's so many decent people trying to fight to make it through. It's true, you never have too much love. It's true, you never have too much love. It's true, you never have too much love. It's true, you never have too much love.
They can see the reason. But they don't know our history. You always keep it real when you're with me. You make me feel I can be anything.
This is Son of I Care.
I want to, my love therapy.
Track called Reggae Love.
They say I'm beautiful. I can get any man to give me anything I ever want, ever need, in my wildest dreams. But they don't know you take me anywhere, anywhere with just a song. It's like you're my wings.
13 minutes to the top of the hour.
You will always be
13 minutes before we bounce on out of here.
out of me. My love therapy. You take me higher whenever I'm low down. You always inspire with every beat and every sound. One good thing about reggae, when it hits you, you feel no pain. No, another thing about reggae, sweet words to stimulate your brain. So make me tell you about reggae. It gets you in a dancing mood. Reggae make you feel so good. And now they hit me with music, cause that's not abusive. Sit back and watch my duty. And I'm on step a second like a kettle and nobody mash it up. The
fight with the viceless, my can't say that enough. Watch where you are play because the world are watching now. And the mothers and the fathers and the kids, them all listen. If you don't love good music, you know say all and pull out. Still walk discotheque, watch how the whole place full out. My under my sense and my well conscious. If you don't love that one, you put your hands up.
Reggae takes me higher whenever I'm low down. You always inspire with every beat and every sound. Take me higher whenever I'm low down. You always inspire with every beat and every sound.
One good thing about reggae, when it hits you, you feel no pain, no. Another thing about reggae, sweet words will stimulate your brain.
So make me tell you about reggae. It gets you in a dancing mood. Reggae make you feel so good. And I say hit me with music, cause that's not abusive. Sit back and watch me do it.
One good thing about reggae, when it hits you, you feel no pain, no. Another thing about reggae, sweet words will stimulate your brain.
Your silhouette on the wall with your hair let down. The picture of a perfect image with the lights turned down. She prayed the winter away.
Are you enjoying this musical therapy as much as me right now?
Her body then turned up the temperature. It's like she's standing on the sun.
The son of Mr. Vegas. It's called Summer Love.
She loves the heat, that's what keep her coming all the time. She wants summer love. Works every time. She don't want the cold type of loving. It have to warm like the sunshine. She don't like it cause she want it hot, that's why she have to come back. That summer type of love, yeah, yes she want that. Temperature rising, she don't want stop, she want me take her all the way to the mountain top. And she know want the summer be over. She like it outdoors, not under the cover. And every time she come, she and I get closer. She says she don't want no winter lover. She says she wants summer love. That's what she wants. Makes her feel fine. She knows the heat, that's what keep her coming all the time. She wants summer love. Works every time. She know what the cold type of love. It up the warm like the sunshine.
Drum, the bass, guitar, strumming tonight. We celebrating every day. It's your anniversary, your birthday, or just another day. We celebrate. 'Cause we don't wanna worry about wrong or right. So make we just wanna vibes tonight. The reggae music sweet until it feels so nice. Make we just wanna vibes tonight. When tomorrow comes, we'll worry about the things that's on our mind. But tonight we're gonna feel alright. So make we just wanna vibes, just wanna vibes tonight. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, we're holding our vibes.
Just wanna vibes tonight. To all our friends who passed away in heaven, shining down, we miss you still. With poetry, 'cause we don't wanna worry about wrong or right. So make we just wanna vibes tonight. The reggae music sweet and it feels so nice. Make we just wanna vibes tonight. When tomorrow comes, we'll worry about the things that's on our mind.
Are you feeling it too?
But tonight we're gonna feel alright. So make we just wanna vibes, just wanna vibes tonight. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So make we just wanna vibes tonight. Here's to you, here's to so sweet. Make we just hold our vibes tonight. When tomorrow comes, we'll worry about the things that's on our mind. But tonight we're gonna feel alright. So make we just hold our vibes, just hold our vibes tonight.
Inside my fantasy and made each one come true. Something no one else had ever found a way to do. I kept memories one by one since you took me in. And I know I'll never love this way again. I know I'll never love this way again. So I'll keep holding.
Sound of the sultry one.
All the good is gone.
Suzanne Sultry.
No, I'll never love this way again. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You see, a fool will lose tomorrow, reaching back for yesterday. I won't turn my head in sorrow if you should go away. I'll stand here and remember just how good it's been. I know I'll never love this way again. And I know I'll never love this way again. So I'll keep holding on before the good is gone. I know I'll never love this way again. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I know I'll never love this way again. So I'll keep holding on before the good is gone. I know I'll never love this way again. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Operator, got a situation. Please help me. Send someone right away. This is an emergency. She just broke my heart in two and left me to suffer. Put me out of my misery. Send me someone.
Hope you had as much therapy through this musical therapy segment as I did.
One that feels no pain. Put me on love support. I need intensive care. Doctor, give me a heart exchange. 'Cause this one is hurting. Can't you see I'm suffering? You've got to do something. I need surgery right away so that I can heal. Make sure the heart you're giving me is made of solid steel. Cupid, if you should ever send another arrow my way, I hope it comes right back at you. 'Cause someone's got to pay. Doctor, take this heart. I need one that feels no pain. Nurse, put me on love support. I need intensive care. Doctor, give me a heart exchange. 'Cause this one is hurting. Can't you see I'm suffering? You've got to do something. You've got to do something. You've got to do something. Got to do something. I need some attention.
Sometimes a girl will come and go. You reach for love, but love is so that is you.
Okay, this is how I gotta go. Get gone. Son of and sweetness. It takes a fool. I want to thank you each and everyone for tuning in. Thank you for participating. I'm back tomorrow, Real Talk Wednesday. I want to wish you all a great morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. I'm out of here. Take care. Until later.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.